welcome back to the Ask Rebecca radio show. Thank you for joining me. Tonight, I'm so excited to be switching up the format of my show. Last week, during the new moon in Gemini, I was guided to start doing weekly predictions for all viewers and listeners of my show who participate live and who follow me on YouTube for the archived shows that I typically post the day after. The forecasting week will run Thursday to Thursday, obviously, since I'm on Thursday night. So that's the week that I'll be discussing. I will be predicting what you may experience in the week ahead in your day-to-day life. Topics will include what you can expect as a general overall theme for the week, and then specific areas in love, work, finances, health, and spirituality. I'll still be sharing the moment of Zen and taking a live caller for a free psychic reading each week as well. Now, I want to be clear that not all predictions will apply specifically to you. So everyone is on their own journey, and some of you may be experiencing things during the week in all areas that I discuss. Some of you may only experience one or two areas. But the overall general theme will apply to the majority of you. So I feel like you'll be able to extract information out of all the things that I discussed that will apply to you and that will happen for you during the week. Again, it's not an exact science, and everything that comes through for me, I still have to interpret and translate it into what I think it may and how it may apply to you. So, I think it's going to be great. Like, I'm excited about it. I feel way better. I was getting bored with the themes and have started to feel a little tedious, and it's a psychic show. And I know a lot of times there's viewers and listeners that want to know some stuff for themselves that do not have the opportunity to be able to be a live caller. So I figured this way everybody gets a little bit of something. Now, I also want to begin giving messages next week. I'm not doing it tonight. But beginning next week, I'm going to start sharing messages from crossed over loved ones for all the listeners and viewers who subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'll include those at the end of the predictions for the week. I'll give out messages that I receive. Now, it's really, really important that you go and subscribe in order to receive messages. So you'll need to go to my YouTube page, subscribe to it, because it's the only way that I could figure out how to filter out crossed over loved ones who actually have a message to share. Otherwise, I'm going to be bombarded by souls who simply want to hang out, they want to chat, or they want to harass me, or they're going to interfere with what it is I'm trying to provide to you. So again, it's important that you subscribe. So if you're into that and you have someone that passed away and you want to hear from them, please feel free to do that, and hopefully a message will come through for you. Before we get into the predictions for the week ahead, a couple of quick announcements. I try to get these out of the way before I get into the show because, once I get on with the live caller, Dave knows he's A1R's amazing producer. He has to cut me off. He's got to cut the cord because I will ramble and go on forever. So I try to get everything out of the way first so I can spend more time with the caller. So thank you all for your patience. In honor of upcoming Father's Day, I'm offering a 20% discount on all my services through the end of the month. If you'd like to book an appointment, you can call or text 407-374-3133. or email me at AskRebeccaToday@gmail.com. Also, if you're into learning how to manifest, I recently launched a 3-part self-paced series with or without coaching, totally up to you, different price points. And you can find more information on my website, AskRebecca.guru, under the online course tab. Okay, so on to this week's predictions. Here's what you can expect for the week ahead. The overall theme of what you may experience is movement. Some of you will be experiencing this internally. It'll be more of a traveling inwardly where you'll experience a change for the better. So some of you will experience this externally, as in you'll be actually physically traveling of some sort, going somewhere, doing something. Now, those of you that are traveling inwardly, it is going to be for the better. So there will be some realizations. Overall, it's a good time for travel, period. So if you have some little trips you want to take, it's a good week to do that. There's also a sense of a slight reduction in stress for some of you. Things may not be perfect, but they'll feel less intense than they have in a while. Within the recent past, I feel like some of you, things have been really intense. Starting this week forward, it'll lighten up and it'll be a little less stressful for you. It won't be perfect, but it'll be better, and that's all that matters. Take time to breathe. There's also a feeling of getting your head back on straight and figuring out where you're going from here. And a change of scenery would be good. Take a walk around the park or something else that doesn't cost you any money if you have some financial issues. The main thing is the theme will be kind of a change of scenery. Now, the other theme that's an overall theme is strength. And that's more of a mind over matter type energy. And it's important right now for you to focus on what you want and not what you don't want. So the energy is, I feel like some of you are really going to be strong and you're going to conquer some fears and you're going to figure out how to control impulses of all kinds. Some of you, I feel it's going to become more of a heightened awareness that you have a bunch of fears and you are kind of a control freak and you do have emotional outbursts and impulses and are reactive. So some of you will experience it a little bit differently. It's super important right now that you take some time for yourself and you contemplate whether or not you want to repeat the same old, or get unstuck by facing some of your fears. Overall, it feels outwardly most things are going all right. But again, it is going to be a little bit of a week of introspection and a week of maybe outwardly things happening within strength and movement and traveling. Now, work. So work-wise, for those of you that are employed and have a job, work should be going well this week. If there's room, I feel like some of you, there's going to be room for growth. And if that is you, if the place of your employment, if there's a job opportunity where you could move up the chain of command or get a raise, I feel like don't hesitate. Apply for that position and ask for what you're worth, because it's going to work out in your favor. It feels really positive, and I feel like just go for it. Now, if there's no upward mobility within your organization and the energy is still right to ask for a raise. Again, don't be afraid. Like, you'll be pleasantly surprised with the outcome. Now, some of you won't have the same opportunity at all. There's, may not be any room to grow within your organization, and getting a raise is completely out of the question. Those, if you fall into that category, then I feel like what's going to happen is you are actually going to have the realization you want a new job. I feel like you already know you want a new job, but you're hanging on and you're afraid to make a move. And I feel like this week ahead, you're going to be putting some serious thought into finding a new job where those opportunities do exist. Again, stop staying somewhere where you're not happy, where you're undervalued and underpaid. So face your fears. Some of you this upcoming week will decide to strike out on your own with a business idea. Again, the energy is really, really good for it. All I kept getting was do it, do it, do it, do it. So if that is you, do it, no fear. Follow your heart, follow your passion, go for it. Now, others, you will either decide to quit your job next week, or some of you are going to, maybe you've already given like your 2 weeks notice, and next week will be the week that you're in the process of actually leaving your job. So again, kind of a decent, good energy that you can look forward to this week. And those of you that are struggling, I know that feeling, I know that intensity, and I know it feels like there's no way out. What could you possibly do? You got to stay there. That's not true. You know, there's definitely something to be said for switching jobs every few years, because you will end up making more money that way than if you stay with the same employer. Okay, so for those of you that are looking for a job, well, this week is about you realizing your skill set and realizing your worth and kind of finding the strength within yourself to start seeing it through. So I feel like some of you are in that space that have been struggling and kind of stalling because of fear, and you're holding yourself back. And I kind of feel that that energy is going to lift next week, and you will definitely be feeling more motivated to move forward and actually start applying for jobs consistently. Like apply. It doesn't matter if you get rejected. It doesn't matter. Who cares? That just means that job's not the one for you. Eventually somebody's going to hire you. So let go of the fears and just focus on what you want. So for you guys, next week is all about getting your courage up to proceed, and I feel you'll experience that. Okay, love. Those of you in committed relationships and are dating, the energy kind of feels like it's time to do some connecting, you know, maybe some canoodling or, you know, whatever, spooning on the couch, watching some movies or something. So I do feel like some of you will be taking a trip, even if it's just a picnic in the park or, you know, going on a walk together. I do feel like you guys are going to, again, it's connected to movement. So there's something happening with movement and traveling and a change of scenery. And it's all about you wanting to spend some quality time with your main squeeze. Now, others of you will be struggling to break some old stuck energy, some old patterns of behaviors in your relationships. And if you catch yourself feeling blah with your honey next week, get out and do a change of scenery. Like, it's time to get unstuck. It's time to break the habit and the pattern of going around arguing, bickering, or whatever that is. So change that energy and get out and about, and I think, you know, it will bring some freshness in. Those of you that are single and looking for love, I feel next week some of you will finally go and like explore new places. Instead of doing like the same routine and hitting the same places and doing the same thing, hanging out with the same people. Again, it's like change, try something different, and don't be surprised if you meet someone next week or this following week when you actually put yourself out there in this new energy, because it's perfect for this week, especially because I feel a lot of you will be feeling more confident than usual. So there's really going to be like this up, peppy, good energy. Those of you that haven't quite worked your way up to that and are still feeling maybe a little lonely, a little depressed, a little stuck, a little like, whoa, I'm never going to meet anybody. And those of you, I feel like you need to get out as well and explore new places and, again, do a change of scenery. But the most important thing that I feel like you'll realize this week ahead is that you are going to realize you're not really open to love, right? You want it. You think you want it, but you're not quite ready for it. So you have to stop hiding from it. Just go for it. Now, finances. Money for the week ahead is in a positive cycle, for most of you anyway. I do feel like it's kind of in this weird opposites thing where for some of you it will be a positive, and for some of you it will be a negative. But again, it's connected to like this change of motion and scenery. And so basically, if you've been struggling for a while, expect to see some money flowing your way this week. Expect things to feel a little more abundant and a little more exciting. And, you know, if you've been riding high for some time, expect some money matters to come up that will affect your bottom line. Now, I don't feel like it's, you know, for some of you it might be drastic. Some of you it could be like, oh my God, the engine in my car just blew and now I need a brand new freaking car. So there could be some things like that happening. Those of you that have been on the downswing a little bit and money has been tight, I kind of feel like I see some of you actually going this week and doing a little something for yourself. So whether that's like you go and get a mani and a pedi, or, you know, you go buy your car some fancy seat covers or something. Overall, I feel like you'll be doing a little something for yourself to basically treat yourself. And, you know, just a word of caution, don't overspend and save a little bit too. And then there are some of you as well that I feel are close to purchasing either a home or other big ticket item, which I feel like you're either going to begin that process this week or, you know, begin like the loan process of it, or finally deciding, yep, going for it. And some of you will actually be sealing the deal. So if you've been anxiously waiting to close on a house, it'll happen this week for you. Health-wise, I feel some of you have been dealing with a health problem, and I kind of feel your usual doctor may not be the best one to help you. I feel strongly that you should get a second opinion, even if you have to travel outside of your local area to find it. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, and I'm speaking intuitively, but I do feel you should get a second opinion, especially I feel like some of you have been questioning it yourself. So just go for it. Some of you are on the opposite end. You're strong and you're robust. You're full of energy. You're feeling pumped. You're like ready to go. I feel you'll decide to correct some bad habits this week. You know, maybe you're feeling good and you realize, you know what, I'm drinking like 2, 3, 4 drinks a night. Maybe I should chill out and cut down to maybe 1 beer a night or something. So I feel like you're going to make some little tweaks within your week when it comes to your overall health. Some of you might set some new exercise goals. And then the rest of you are just kind of in the middle, right? Like health-wise, you're not sick and you're not feeling pumped. You just kind of feel like, you know, normal, I guess, whatever that means. So I feel like this week you'll find yourself resting a little bit more and kind of de-stressing and unwinding. Maybe I see some of you like taking a bike ride, or maybe even having a conversation with a stranger. Spiritually, I feel if you've been down, some of you have been down in the dumps and struggling in life. This week, the energy lifts. You'll experience some spiritual awakening and some balance over mind, body, and spirit. And you'll slowly start to begin to feel better. Some of you have been seeking spiritual answers and you haven't gotten them. And you're just like, what the hell? Why aren't my guides talking to me? Why am I not getting this answer? I don't know what's going on. It feels like forever. This week, you'll have the answer come to you like, boom, suddenly, like there it is, that awareness. It could actually be when you're traveling, experimenting with a new spiritual practice, or just a shift in your routine. And overall, everyone should pay attention to their dreams this week. I feel like, you know, there's going to be some messages there for all of you. I hope everyone has a great week ahead. With a little forewarning, I feel like you can navigate your day-to-day a little bit easier. I'm going to skip the moment of Zen tonight, but what I am going to do is ask your guides and your angels to help you navigate the week ahead for your highest good. And I'm asking them to basically give you a little energy blast tonight when you're sleeping. That way, tomorrow when you wake up, you'll be pumped, you'll be ready to go and grab the week ahead. I only have 7 minutes left, and I want to take the caller. So hi, Irene, you're in British Columbia, Canada. How are you?
Good, yourself?
Irene, hi, Irene, can you hear me?
Yes. Hello.
Hello. Okay, I think
Hello.
we may be on a little bit of a delay, so how can I help you this evening?
I was just wondering if you can pick up anything for me in general on a spiritual note.
Sure. So I kind of feel like you have a goal in mind. There's something specific that you've been thinking about, and something, it feels like you are moving into like a determined and ambitious type energy. And whatever it is that you have in mind, I feel like you need to move towards that. You need to start taking steps to doing that. It kind of feels like it may be connected with work, because I feel like if you are currently working right now, it feels like maybe there's things that you're not really happy about at work, and you feel like maybe there's people at work that are working against you. And it kind of feels like maybe there's some small issues getting blown out of proportion, in your mind anyway. And this feeling of like you're concerned that people are going to think you're wrong, or you feel like you need to prove that you're right about something. But at the same time, I feel like you may be feeling charged up. Does any of that resonate with you?
Yes, it does.
Okay, wonderful. Now, let's move to really quickly, when it comes to love. I feel like, I don't know, okay, so it feels like you may be interested in someone, or you're dating, or it kind of just feels like when it comes to love, there's this energy of being tempted to move too far, too fast, or like someone's pressuring you to rush the relationship along, or maybe you're the one that's pressuring the person to rush the relationship along. I feel like it is important for you to communicate your boundaries and to be honest about what you want out of this relationship, or if you're not interested in this person, that you need to express that. And I feel like, it's all about communication. So it's kind of a weird energy in the love department. If you're in a committed relationship, then there's some trouble in paradise where you guys need to work some stuff out. Does that resonate with you?
Well, I've been separated for 6 years with my husband. He's with another woman now.
Okay. Are you interested in someone else? Is there somebody that's interested in you? That there's like a pushy, I don't know, there's an energy there.
Not at this moment.
Okay, well then maybe that's coming your way. And the advice is for you to not rush things along, and you need to take your time. But I feel like you really need to open up yourself. I feel like you've got some you've got some walls around your heart thanks to your ex. I think that was kind of
Yes.
He cheated on you?
Yes.
Yeah. You've got to work on letting go of the betrayal. Not all guys are cheaters, right? It's only going to happen again if you don't allow yourself to deal with those emotions. It's okay to be angry. You just need to feel it and move on. And, I think it's best that you're not with him anymore, okay? Like, I feel like this is in the best interest for you, so please try to find something positive to move forward in finding some new love. Get out there and date. Hang out with some girlfriends. I don't feel like you're doing much of anything. You feel a little bit like you're a hermit. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, I don't want you to be a hermit anymore. You don't have to. I feel like you need to go and, go get your hair done, get your nails done, go get some new clothes, like, feel good. I want you to do something that makes you feel inspired and feel good, and that energy is going to just attract more of that to you. Are you thinking about buying a car or a plane ticket, or are you trying to go somewhere or do something?
Well, I was hoping to buy a bike.
You're hoping to buy a what?
A motorbike.
Okay, I feel like you can buy that motorbike. Yeah, I feel like you can get a motorcycle. You already know which one you want, right? Because I feel like you already have it. You already know what you want.
Mhm.
Is it blue?
Not that I know of.
Okay, so I'm feeling like whatever motorbike that you end up with, there's something blue within that bike. To me, it feels like there's a color blue in it. Or it could be connected to the person who you get it from, but there's something with blue. I'm not really sure what exactly that means. Financially, I feel like things overall are going okay for you. I do feel like you need to pay down some debt.